Hi, Matty. Emma Dhesi here. Thank you so much for inviting me to contribute to your top tips for guests or interviewers of podcasts or both. I've been interviewing people for a number of years now, and it's one of the things I enjoy most about my job. Not only is it a great chance to meet new people, but it's a lovely way of staying in contact with people, of friends that I've made online who live in another part of the world, and so who I get to catch up with on a regular basis. And what I've noticed over that time is that the most successful interviews, I think, both from my own perspective as a host, but then also for my guests, is when we both approach it as simply a conversation. So perhaps my guest has a book that they've come in to talk about, and they just tell me in a very easy way about the idea for the book, how they were writing the book, things that they enjoyed about it, things they found difficult about writing the book. But they're just talking to me as if we're having a coffee in our local coffee shop. And it's exactly the same for anybody who's coming in who perhaps has a product or a service that they want to let people know about. I like to do it just easy, gently, as if we're having a chat at a coffee shop. And that way, the conversation feels natural. It's much easier for people to listen to. And I've also found out that that is the way to reveal golden nuggets that my guests are holding on to. They don't even know they've got them. When a guest comes on and they have got sound bites in their head and they've got messages that they feel they've got to get through on the piece, it can be very stilting. They can sound quite stilted because they're very conscientious about what it is that they've got to try and get across. But when the conversation is flowing easily and naturally, and I get the opportunity to then ask a deeper question about something and take the conversation on a slight tangent, that's when my guests most often reveal the golden nugget that they've got, the little bit of information or the little bit of advice or knowledge that they have that differentiates them from anybody else who is working in the same field or doing a similar thing. So my top tip for guests and for hosts is to have a natural conversation, and to enjoy it and get to know each other, because that's when the laughter comes, that's when the sparkle comes, and that's what's most enjoyable for your listeners, and I think is what makes them come back and want to hear a little bit more. So I hope that's useful for people and helps people feel at ease when they are recording podcasts.